Hi, guys. This is Jeff K, and I am hosting the GAC podcast. The founder is Seymour Samea, and our guest today is Gogie Padia. Let's start with Seymour. If you want to give us a little bit of a background of the GAC, that would be terrific.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you, Jeff K, for putting this together. You are very professional. What you're doing, you'll be able to explain later with podcasting, but being the producer and the director and organizer of the show. And Gogi, thank you so much for spending some time with us here on our first of many GAC podcasts. And we are very happy because once you let everyone know what you're doing, they'll understand how important it is. But I have a lifetime career of being a geriatric care manager, helping seniors and their adult children to bring quality of life to their aging loved ones. Because of my background with care management, I started something called the Geriatric Advisory Council, known to the community as GAC. It is an LLC with a federal trademark for the name and logo. But the council was started to be with dedicated men and women who have just worked with the senior population, helping their loved ones with all the things that are out there. And it's just been really terrific, Jeff. We have some great people out there, like Gogi, as our guest today, keeping people safe. And in this day and age, that's all we can ask for. That's all the senior population, I should say the aging senior population, is just looking for quality of life issues, and most of all, not to be a burden to their to their adult children. But anyway, Jeff, go ahead, move it along, and then we're going to be getting some great information from Gogi. Thank you again for this opportunity to introduce
Thank you,
myself.
Seymour, and for the great services that you provide. Gogi, so please, I know you're the owner and founder of Awersure, and if you want to give us a quick overview of the origin story on it, that would be
Okay.
great.
Okay. Well, Awersure came out of the need to protect my own mother. About 6 years ago, she was almost a victim of a phone scam. And this is a process I developed, an individualized process that would help keep her safe. It did so very well that I thought I'm not the only one that's looking to take care of a parent or an older loved one, that I went into business in 2020. April of 2020, be 6 years.
And what differentiates you from other scammer apps and things like that?
Thank you, Jeff. That's a really good question. The main thing that differentiates us is the human component. We have a service that we have live people answering, real human beings answering the phones for our clients. And that is something that I have not found anywhere else.
That's awesome because I know these days you dial a number, press one for this, two for this, and to actually get a voice on the other side is very important. Some of the other questions I have is, so what's your vision for Awersure?
Well, I can tell you the 6 years has been a real learning curve for me. However, I want to continue to have Awersure grow. We're a national company, all 50 states. As we grow and the technology changes, I know we have to evolve as well. I don't see us ever relinquishing the human component, because as much as AI and technology grows, there's still something about a human being able to differentiate and having the tools to actually vet calls. So future, I want us to grow, continue to grow, but also be nimble enough to evolve with technology as well.
And what platforms is your service on?
We have for landlines, which many seniors still have in this country. We also have an app for iOS and Android cell phones, which we are in the process of upgrading. So those are the two avenues in which we can provide our clients safety.
And
Excellent.
and how did you get involved with all this technology, and how did you learn it, and how did you build it?
Well, I have to tell you, I'm not a tech head at all. But I've been very fortunate enough to befriend people who are, and they've been very, very helpful to me. They saw my vision, very honestly, at the very early stages, and they also saw the need. So I was very, very fortunate to have really smart people around me helping me do that.
Gogie,
Okay.
I had a question, if that'd be okay, Jeff.
Sure, go
I
ahead.
tried to oh, thank you. I tried to call one of your clients the other day, Gogie, to see how they like, but the young woman who answered the call, very professional, would not put me through unless I had a code or a password. Could you explain that a little bit more? Because I didn't want to get into it. I knew you'd be able to explain to our audience about that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Seymour. Yes, that's a great question. What our service provides, that was the representative plan, the client that you tried to call.
Yes.
The basis of everything we do surrounds the individualized password that our client creates. That password is the key. When you called and you got our Awersure representative, that's what they were looking for. I hope they asked you for the password, and
Yes.
you didn't have it. That's why the call couldn't be put through. But
Correct.
a message would be taken with the representative plan. So what we are is the gatekeeper. And those messages with the representative plan, that plan offers the most utility. Those message goes to the client and a designee that the client chooses. So you don't miss a call.
So when I get the password from that person, when I call, that's what they would be asking, and then they would put me through.
That's correct. That's
Excellent.
correct.
Excellent.
That's correct. Very honestly, Seymour, and I may be jumping ahead, but that's one of the reasons the company is named Awersure, because when our clients' phones ring, there is no hesitation, there is no nervousness or anxiety. They are answering sure.
You have mentioned many times to families I'm working with that with artificial intelligence, it might sound that call coming to mom and dad's home, it might sound like a relative, but with Awersure, there is no fear of picking up that call.
That's correct.
Excellent.
With AI, Seymour, it is the relative's voice. AI has captured the voice from Instagram, Facebook, wherever, but it's not the relative speaking. That's the thing, Wow. With Awersure, no, they would not get through. They don't have the password.
So if somebody then would tell your representative at the office that they don't want to leave their name, phone number, or anything, then they know that it's just a phony or a scam, possible scam call. So
correct.
I mean, this has to be life-changing for so many people that are sitting and shaking when those phone rings. And wow.
Yes.
But you have also a very good plan for people who just have a cell phone with them.
Yes, I do. We have an app. Let me preface that the landline service, the representative service, can also be placed on a landline. We have several clients with the representative service on their cell phones. Okay. But what we do have is an app. The app works a little differently than our representative plan and landline plans. With the app, there are millions, tens of millions of known spam, scam, and robo phone numbers. Those phone numbers will not ring your phones. Now, we have created a little community because numbers are infinite, and these numbers are changing literally by the second, I am told. So you're going to have a breakthrough call. We ask our clients, any breakthrough numbers, send it to us. We put it into our list, and globally, all the clients that have our app will not receive a call from that number anymore.
Mm.
And I'm very fortunate that clients are welcome, very eager and welcoming to do that. So that's how the app works.
Terrific. I mean, this really becomes, and we all use the word life-changing, but when it comes to mom and dad at home, and unfortunately, maybe you could share some of the articles that you're reading about how much money people have lost and sometimes even loss of life because of that. You could share that, please.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, people have lost a few hundreds to millions, literally millions of dollars. I have a client in Florida. Her mother lost $750,000
Wow.
for a period of time. I have another person, someone we know, his client lost over $100,000 in one month, in 30 days.
Mm.
There are articles in our own state of New Jersey, people calling regarding the IRS and Social Security. It's across the board. I mean, from TV, the ABC News, CBS News, our newspapers, our periodicals, Asbury Park Press. It's an epidemic. It's no longer a one-off.
Yeah.
It's one of the most underreported crimes in the country.
Yeah. You've done many interviews, and could you explain a little bit more? What does that mean, underreported? If somebody has a broken window, they're calling the FBI. I'm only joking, but they lost 200,000 and they're not reporting that. What has the family shared with you?
Well, it's we have to put ourselves in the place of the victim, right? These are older people, usually 75, 80, 85 and up years old. They're living on their own. They want to live on their own. They want their autonomy. They have earned that. And they're hesitant to say anything because they don't want their autonomy, their independence diminished because of it. And many people, including their family members, will feel mom and dad, aunt to uncle, they need help. We need to restrict their ability, their independence. And that's why they're not being reported with this demographic.
Wow. It's just really upsetting for individuals and then for the rest of the community not to keep getting that information. But what you are doing, at least, is the best that you can to just even that little bit of work that will help people solve some of these issues. But just for the peace of mind, it really is getting to be very frightening. You cannot see a TV story, an article in a paper, a magazine about something that's going on. I spoke to somebody at the FBI not too long ago, and the calls that they are getting with big money, they traced it down to foreign countries that are just unable for the FBI to even do anything like this. So it is really, you've also mentioned not only scam with getting money for a fraud thing or a financial, but you've seen things that are called the dating scam. What is that all about?
Yes, the romance scams. They are particularly insidious because these criminals will call and really try to befriend their potential victim over months. Until they gain their trust, right? And with that, loneliness is an epidemic as well in our country, especially within our senior demographic.
Sure.
They are living by themselves. They look forward to this call. They don't know it's a criminal that's really just casing them out. They start having feelings, and some people actually do fall in love.
Yeah.
And start sending money, start helping them with family issues, et cetera, and et cetera. And hundreds of thousands on up have been lost. Life savings for these seniors. Even their homes have been taken.
Unbelievable. And Gogie, you've also, besides what you're doing with Awersure, you've been part of the Geriatric Advisory Council from all the chapters, all the groups for many years now. When you are helping families with this specific, they've told me that you've just been a godsend of getting them other connections to help from everything that's out there for the senior community. So that's so important. Thank you so much, everything that you're doing. Jeff, did you have any other questions for Gogie? Thank you so much. This has been so informative.
Yeah, I did have a couple. One with seniors being potentially technology challenged, how do they learn the app or the program?
Well, Jeff, you're absolutely right. I mean, technology is moving fast for all of us, particularly our seniors. So, what we have put into our app is a process by which a family member could secure the app for multiple people within their family. So, the senior could be part of the list of people that are getting the app placed on their phone. And that family member, not the senior, will put the app and is able to add the app to their phone. The senior will have to click something to make sure it connects with their phone. But
Mhm.
the family member is the one that can add people to their list of recipients of the app. There's only one login and one password, which that family member has, not the client. And that family member is the person responsible for making sure, everyone has it and it's paid on a monthly basis. So the
Sure.
senior, in essence, does not have the heavy lift of the technological
So,
device.
so important. If something happened and a senior gave out the password to some one or two people, your system can change that password at any time.
100%. The
Right.
passwords can be changed. I mean, that's within minutes.
Yeah.
We do, and I have to preface this, Simo, we do really tell our clients our process, our service is only as good as their selectivity of people they give their password
That's
to.
the key right there.
That's the key.
Yeah,
That's the key.
selectivity. Right.
So, so
Mm.
far, knock wood, so
Yeah.
good. But yes, we are able to change it instantaneously. Yes.
Well, the feedback from some of the members of the advisory council have been terrific. They see their client and everything doing really, really well, and um, getting such benefit out of the service that you can provide. So that's terrific. Jeff is going to be placing all your information and contact phone number in this podcast. Like I said, one of many, and you are our first guest, so we really appreciate you, and we appreciate all the hard work that you're doing. But the most important is you are providing just peace and comfort, besides the financial issues that are just countless now. And to keep hearing the same thing about being the most underreported crime is really very tough, because we know people are reporting the most stupid things out there, wasting police time and efforts, and yet something like this just not being reported. And unfortunately, once they get into that person's head space, it just keeps going and going. And for anything that they could shut down on Monday, two new ones come on. So it's really terrible. But I do thank you. I want to turn it over to Jeff. Jeff, you've been preserving memories now and digitizing and with old photos and albums and VCR tapes, but you're doing so much more now, even going down to basics of preserving recipes. I mean, please tell us a little bit what you're doing. And you are producing podcasts for so many businesses. We appreciate what you're doing, but just give us a few minutes of really in-depth what you're doing.
Sure, thank you. Um, I'm the owner of My Digital Memories. I actually started preserving cards and photos and things like that when I was 7, when my grandmother passed away, and that kind of evolved. And as it grew, I realized the importance of legacy. And it's not only the memories of the photos, the voices, and things like that people miss. It's also the travel memories, the kitchen smells, or like when you go to buy a new house and you walk into the new house and you smell they're baking chocolate chip cookies. They do that on purpose, because you're associated with the chocolate chip
Mm.
cookies. So we want to preserve those family recipes. Uh, I mean, it builds culture. It lets you hand recipes down from generation to generation. Uh,
Mm,
the recipes are optically scanned, and what that means is we just don't take a picture of it and put it into a website. We actually digitize the card so you can so it's readable. So
mm,
I don't want somebody to get a recipe that's looks like a doctor's handwriting and you can't transcribe it. So
sure.
we work with the clients so everything is crystal clear. Plus it gives
Mm,
family the opportunity to share the recipe. And we,
mm.
we have a community where people can cross-culturally share their recipes for various dishes.
So important. Jeff, you've taken from me some old family photos. One was from 75 years back when my parents got married, and within a few days, you sent it back. It looked like it was just 1 hour old. Uh, how does that work? If someone has those photos that are stained or maybe ripped or torn somehow, they send it to you along with those VCR tapes and old slides. Can you explain how that works, please?
Sure. Well, for starters, your media, your tapes, your photos should all be kept in a climate controlled environment. But even then, as things age, they deteriorate, the color
Mm,
degrades, and you end up with an aged, old looking photograph.
mm.
So what we do is we restore the color through various programs after it's digitized. And with RIP photos, we use state-of-the-art programs like Adobe Photoshop and kind of
Mhm.
stitch things together.
I know it's a long process, so the sooner people send things to you, the safer they will know it's going to be returned. And you've said something that's just really old in black and white. It could even have some colorization to it. I mean,
Oh
the things
yeah,
that people thought never do that. Wow,
sure.
that's just incredible.
I worked with a client who had items from the 18th century
Wow.
and black and white photos that we colorized. And
Mm,
it was really quite amazing.
yeah.
Very cool.
You had taken an old black and white photo when I was being discharged from the Army over almost 60 years ago. That was just a plain black and white in dress uniform. And it came back in the mail a few days later. It looked good. Even I looked good, which was a major shock. I never looked good. So thank you for that. My grandchildren were just, really, really surprised. They are adults and they were just looking at that. They couldn't believe what you had done. They thought I actually went right into your studio. And I said, no, no, Jeff is in South America. I did not go to his studio. I'm only kidding. Jeff is still in the United States. He's tried to run away from home, but they won't allow him. That's
Well,
Yeah,
really
one of the
good.
other things that
go ahead. Go ahead,
one of
Jeff.
the other things that we can do is actually say you bring us a VHS tape or some other format, we can actually take a frame of the video and make a still
Hmm.
picture out of it.
Wow.
That is fantastic.
Uh,
I just want to make a plug, Jeff. Okay. Last year I lost my uncle, and I reached out to Jeff because I wanted some old photographs, updated, colorized,
hmm,
and just looking more crisp. And Jeff turned those pictures around in less than 24 hours.
hmm.
And I said thank you then. I've said thank you, since, but I know how you work, and I appreciate that what you did. And I can just say to anybody thinking about working with you, you can't find anyone better, and their process is seamless. So thank you,
Yeah,
Thank
Jeff.
you.
that's terrific. That's terrific. And
Thank you.
Jeff, you out there helping anyone with podcast in any type of business. All they have to do is reach out. And I know your
Sure.
information will be posted out there. And Gogie, your information will be out there. And You have mentioned a couple of times for families that are not sure, you do have a trial offer to see how it works. So that's really just nice, safe, and comfortable. They're not ripping their phones out of the wall. They're not bringing in new wires with Alexander Graham Bell digging up the streets. So it's just a nice, easy, comfortable way to get started. Well,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Gogie.
Hopefully-
Really appreciate everything you're doing. And we're so excited that you could be the first Geriatric Advisory Council member to spend this precious time with us. Jeff, what you're doing is life-changing for so many people. The feelings that they're getting, and that happiness that you're bringing from old photos that they thought were just gone, shoved in a drawer and not even thought about. You're bringing major smiles. And at this day and age, what's going on around the whole world, you're just doing the Lord's work. So thank you for everything.
And
Anything else you'd like to add, Jeff, before we wrap up?
yeah, Gogie, as long as we're talking about legacies, what's the legacy of Awersure?
Legacy of Resurrect, because it's become a personal mission of mine that I can protect as many people as possible. I believe our seniors, particularly at demographic, they're priceless. And what's going on and the damage that is being caused by this crime is it's insidious. So my legacy is one of protecting that demographic. Yes. Thank you for asking that question. And thank you both for having me on. I appreciate being asked and appreciate being the first person.
We all appreciate your professionalism, your friendship and support. Always your kindness is just really, really great. And I'm so happy that I can offer you some assistance on the care management end for personal family members, which I've been doing literally lifetime.
Yes.
I helped George Washington as soon as he got to America get a little help with his family, and I've been doing it forever. That's it. Lifetime care.
You've been doing it with my family and my mother particularly. So yes, I'm very thankful. I don't know about George Washington, but I'm thankful.
When Alexander Graham Bell discovered and invented the phone, I was the first call. They said, "What are you going to do now, Alexander?" And he said, "Call Seymour." Okay, there you go. So thank goodness for the phone. But again, thank you, everybody. Jeff, thank you so much. Your information will be out there for anyone that needs any assistance with podcasting, film, photos. It doesn't matter. It's just a phone call. You have a free 30-minute consultation to let people know what you can do, and that's the most important. So thank you again, and please stay safe and stay strong, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Excellent. I think that really went well. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Really, really professional. It came out so nice and clear. Jeff, thank you again. Seriously.
It's fantastic.
Really
Get ready, guys. Get ready, because this is going to blow up. This is going to blow up.
Yeah. Jeff is going to be putting everything together. He will send you a link that you can share with friends, family, potential customers, and then Jeff will be putting it out in the I Know Seymour world. That's it. Jeff is using I Know Seymour everywhere. That's terrific.
Anybody want me to change your outfit?
Say that. No, why? We look good. We look good. What? Collared shirt. No.
There you go.
No, I want my outfit.
I haven't put on a sport jacket since 1999. This feels good.
You look good. You look good. You look good.
I'm surprised when all the meetings, when the advisory group started, it was in-person meetings only in the state of New Jersey. And every meeting, summer, winter, it did not matter. I wore a suit and a tie because I was standing up talking to people. It was face-to-face. And one day, one of the members in a local supermarket walked right by me. It was the summer. I had a golf shirt and shorts, walked right by me. And I turned around and went, "Steve." And he looked, "Oh my, I didn't know it was you. I never saw you in